Hello friends, welcome. Here we are at the glorious Goodwood Estate. I worked here as a shepherd for a few years up until 1986 when I went to greener pastures shepherding on other farms. So I went up to Oxfordshire after this is in the south coast here, and then to Surrey, and that was where my shepherding career ended. After 3 years I got laid off because there was no money in sheep much then, but got invited to come up here by the shepherd after I'd asked him very kindly. Said that I could come and film some of the lambs out in the field. I'd like to have seen one lambing. It seems that it might be a job to do today, but there's some ewes and lambs out in this field. Hopefully we'll be able to see a few of them, so have a quick look round for those animal lovers amongst you. And that's it. You know, Goodwood Estate has gone organic now, which is great. So the animals, you know, they have no chemicals, drugs, no fertilisers put on the ground. Normally in this part of the country they lamb about 10th of March they start, whereas here, because they're not putting fertilisers on the grass, they start about the 12th of April or so. So that's a flock of 1,200 here ewes, breeding ewes. So they have, you know, nearly 2 lambs each. Some of them have singles, some of them have triples, triplets. So yeah, and it's great, you know. So they do worm counts on the ground to see there's not too much of a worm burden. The ewes are moved as regularly as possible off of dirty ground onto cleaner pasture where there's no burden of worms and parasites and stuff. So no chemicals, so it's great. It's organically produced lamb that goes to market, and you know, it's great for the consumer because it's healthy, tastes much better, no drugs in it, no penicillin, no chemicals put on it, and they're not eating anything bad for them either. So that's great. And you know, thanks to Nick Page, the shepherd here. I was the shepherd till 1986. Nick was helping me with the sheep, a very keen learner like myself, and when I left in 1986 he took over, so he's been here some 29 years now shepherding. Local lad, I was friends with him before I left, you know, and before he come onto the farm. So yeah, it's great. Thanks a lot for inviting us. These are some of the ewes and lambs out in the field. I can't get too close because they do actually know their shepherd and the shepherd's dogs, and if a stranger walks in the field that they get quite spooky. But as you can see, they've got some young lambs, a few days old with them. You got bottom right a twin there. She's got 2 lambs with her. There's some not lambed yet, the 3 above. The one on the left, whether she's got 1 or 2, I can't see if she's got 1 hiding behind her. So they're maybe a week to 2 weeks old. I mean, this one here, he looks like he's just a few days old. But they start playing. There's more further up the field. I think this one over here has got a triplet. You can see 3 lambs there. Yeah, she's got 3 lambs with her. Sometimes they have to come out here with a dog and just catch one that's got a lambing problem. Sometimes they're supposed to be presented both legs forward, just tucked under their front legs, forward just tucked under their chin, and come that way, but you do get complications. You get the odd breech coming backwards, and you get the odd lamb leaving his leg behind or both legs behind, or sometimes 2 legs and a head behind, or 2 lambs sometimes both trying to come at once. You got a head and 1 lamb's leg and then somebody else's leg as well. So again, can't get that close to them unfortunately. I don't know if that'll work, the magnify. I'm hoping the magnifier might work on here, but I don't think it probably will. So when the lambs are in the womb, they actually learn their mother's call quite well. So they come out and they've got a rough idea what she sounds like. The the ewes recognise the lambs by their smell, but within a few days, you know, the lambs recognise their mother's call, and the ewes learnt the lamb's call, so they recognise each other. If they get split up, she'll call for them, the lambs will call for her, they'll meet each other and find each other, and she'll just have a quick sniff behind their tail where the soil comes out. That's where she can get the best scent. That it's her scent from her milk that's going through them, so she can tell straight away it's her lamb. Out here in the field, because they're spread out so wide, the ewes can go and lamb in a corner somewhere out the way, and they can have a nice quiet spot to lamb and get mothered up with their lambs okay before they go back and join the rest of the flock. These ones have not been born long. Still look a bit wet, don't they? I'd say they're just a few hours old. I might try and get a bit closer, but you can see they're not steady on their feet. I'd say they've been born about maybe 30 minutes to an hour. So they're newly borns. That's why she's not running off quite so fast, because they're not getting up. So I think we might just be able to get a bit closer with these. We'll see. Yeah, about 30 minutes old. You can see this one down on the left, he's not even up on his feet properly yet. This one's just trying to find his feet. You can see he's no more than about 15-20 minutes old, that last one. You can see she's still got a water bag holding out behind her where she's just lambed. So they've got a natural instinct to find the teat. You see he's up looking for the teat already, he knows where it is when she settles down, because it's really important that they do get some colostrum in them within the first 30 minutes to 3 hours. Otherwise they can get cold, hypothermia. The colostrum milk that the ewes have got has got lots of protein, laxatives to get their stomach turning over and their bowels and stuff. So you can see he's looking for the teat. He's found it. When they start waggling their tails, they found it. You can see this one here, the newly born, he's up already. He's got the natural instinct to find that milk. So it won't be long. She's cleaning him off. She's cleaning him off with her tongue to dry him off so that he doesn't get cold, because they can get very cold very quickly. So this is a mule sheep, which is a crossbreed. Very, very good mothers, good milk, lots of milk for the lamb. I'm just going to see if I can get this little one up. Just check he's okay. Just going to lock my tripod off. Just going to check him. You okay, sweetheart? Come on. Come on. It's all right. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get up. Up you get. Come on, get up. Come on. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. You gotta get up, mate. Come on, girl. Come on in. Come on in. Wake up. Go put your feet down, mate. Put your feet down. Put your feet down. Come on. You gotta get up, mate. Come on. Up. Up. Come on. Get up. Come on, girl. Come on. Matt. Come on. Come on in. Come look after this one. Come on, come on. Come on. That's it, keep staying up. That's it, keep staying up. Come on, Gil, come and look after him. The lambs. Oops, over he goes. He hasn't quite found his feet, but when you think of a human baby, how really hopeless they are for a few days, a few months rather. You know, lambs are out and they're up on their feet in 10 minutes, so I wouldn't say he's much more than 10-15 minutes old. The one at the front's probably the firstborn, then the one on her left, her right rather, this side, the next one, and then the one on the far side's newly born. So we'll see if we can get just a tiny bit closer. She doesn't like me being this close because I'm about 20 feet away from her. You can see this little lamb here. He's up and he found the teat just a second ago while I was moving the camera, but she moved. So you can see his stomach, the one at the back, just fallen over. It's a bit empty at the moment. He'll get a nice bloaty stomach. I think this one here on the right of him, he looks like he's had some milk. He's jumping about already, look, he's skipping and dancing, so he's happy. So I should give them a good clean off to dry them off, and they'll be up and running later. I'm very fortunate because I couldn't have got close to any of the other ones in this field because only, you know, obviously the lambs can't move, so she's a bit stuck with them, so I could get really close. I'm about 10 feet away from her now. So yeah, they're all trying to look for milk. Look, he knows straight where to go, that one. Straight up behind her, inside of her front leg. Hunt around for the teat, and off he goes. So this one here, he's not up yet. Come pay that one some attention. So she's busily eating grass because she's had a big letdown of milk. Her milk lets down as she's lambing, and she needs plenty of nutrition. That's good news, he's up now. That's him, this side. He's looking for the milk now, so he's up and down at the moment. Oh, over he goes again, but he's getting a bit of life in him now, so yeah, he's up again. So it looks like he'll be alright. I'll let the shepherd know just in case. I've told him he's up now, but I think he was a little bit lethargic, maybe. See how it goes. Looks like the one in the middle there's probably had a belly full of milk and quite happy to lay down, I think. They're looking more lively now, so that's good. Looking for the milk still. See, she's got a fairly good bag of milk behind there on her udder, back of her udder. And they just have 2 teats, obviously 3 lambs, so I've got to share it. Which, you get used with singles, they thrive because they've got lots of milk, and twins, well, most sheep are made for like up to twins really. Triplets, well, it's a bit of a strain on their milk, but well, they eat more and produce a bit more. But, it's like most things, you might get 2 bigger lambs, one slightly smaller, but yeah, they look okay to me anyway. So that more or less concludes that. We'll just have a look over here. So, well, you and lamb over here laying down. Anyway, that concludes our little tour around the farm. I miss shepherding, I miss my sheepdogs, but it's one of the hardest jobs on the farm, shepherding. It's a lot of hard work because Most other animals you have crates and crushes to run them through to do things with them, but sheep you have to manhandle them, shear them, and foot trim them and do all sorts of things. So you've got to tip them over, and you know, when they're in a good state, they're well over 150 pounds to like 175 pounds quite often. So about another month's time, middle of May to middle of June, will be shearing time. So that's great. So that was a nice trip round. This one's pregnant still. You can see she's quite dumpy. Another pregnant one. So the lambing's about 6 weeks in all, so they're all lamb over the next few weeks. You can see in the middle there, between the two ewes, there's an older lamb there from earlier lambing, because they do an early lambing flock of about 300 here as well, and about 900 this time of year, and it's a lot of work for one shepherd. He has a vet student helping him, and yeah, it's good. So thanks, Nick. Thanks for letting us come and film this, and thanks to Goodwood. And I was born on Goodwood Estate at the motor circuit, in one of the cottages on the motor circuit, grew up on the estate, got a job on the farm, working on the farm, and become the shepherd here, then eventually moved on to greener pastures to another flock. Anyway, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed that. Love and light, Neil.